Yo, what's good? We back. Triple P Paul Pickett Podcast, episode 41. Before we get started, let's sip some of this agua. You can hit that click now, subscribe button in that right hand corner. Support the podcast. Don't forget the audio version of this podcast goes to Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, Odyssey, Castbox, Deezer, iHeart, Player FM, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Stitcher, TuneIn, and more. You can Google Paul Pickett Podcast. Video version goes to Instagram, Facebook, and my YouTube. Um, this episode, I'm gonna get into some music talk. Basically, these two topics I want to get into kind of clarify my last vlog that I did, how to stand out in the music industry. So I'm gonna talk about this little Nas X video and DaBaby's comments. Um, like at the end of the day, I don't have a problem. Like I've come to the conclusion, like it's hard to have a problem with rappers' antics when we know it's typically gimmicks, it's acts, it's them trying to be entertaining to their crowd or their fan base. Um, like Lil Nas X video, I mean, it just goes to show you that to stand out in the music business, you have to do other things than just make the music. You know, like the new music video really goes to the extreme for music videos compared to music videos in the past. You know, and he pushed a button. You know, it's controversial. Um, definitely not something. It's controversial because it's definitely not something you want your kids to watch. You know, you don't want your kids watching it whatsoever. So it's controversial in that aspect. Controversy sells. Um, like I don't really have an opinion on how I feel about the video per se or DaBaby's content comments, except that these are the kind of things that have to be done in the music industry. You know, clearly, even after you make a hit record and you become somewhat established in the business, I mean, you can consistently put out good music, but you have to still do other things to stay relevant. You know, so usually controversial comments, controversial videos, antics. Like, you know, a lot of people are going into Baby because his comments. They're saying his comments were homophobic. One thing I know about DaBaby is he ain't scared of nobody. Like people gotta stop. We gotta stop calling, labeling people as homophobic just because they don't accept homosexuality in their life or because they don't like homosexuality in their life. We got to stop calling them homophobic because phobias are fears. I'm more scared of a spider and a snake than I am of a homosexual or a transgender or a lesbian for that matter. I'm more scared of a spider or a snake or running up on a lion. You know, like I'm more scared of animals than I am people. Like animals that kill you, because you know, like animals follow the laws of nature. People follow the laws of man. You know, a tiger kills me, he ain't going to jail or going to prison for it. You know, like it's part of the laws of nature. You know what I'm saying? Because if I run up on a tiger, I'm probably violating his territory. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot. So yeah, we got to stop saying just because people don't like homosexuals, or even if they hate them, that doesn't make you homophobic. That doesn't make you afraid of them or scared of them. Because I can tell you right now, DaBaby's not scared of nobody. He's not scared of people. You know what I'm saying? And just because he hates him, it's just, if he hates him, he hates him. You know, it's just hate. That's all it is. It's not a phobia. It's just plain hate. You know, and I hate to say this, but people, it's his life, man. He's allowed to say what he wants to say. Now, yes, there could be consequences Like he could lose fan base. Like you could alienate a portion of your fan base, or maybe even half of your fan base. Who knows? You know, you definitely could be alienating your fan base when you make remarks like that. But it's his choice, it's his life, and we got to stop trying to control what people say and what people do with their lives. If somebody wants to risk their life, you know, if they want to risk losing business, they want to choose to face the consequences, you know, we got to let them face the consequences. And I'm telling you right now, DaBaby doesn't, he doesn't even really care the consequences. I don't think DaBaby really cares if he loses endorsements over this or if he loses fans. I think DaBaby has enough fans that he could piss them off. You know, so that's my take on that, man. Let the man say what he wants to say and face the consequences. You know, if he's willing to face the consequences, we got to stop. You know, like because I'm gonna tell you right now, if people thought what he said was an apology, trust me, he didn't apologize to no gay people whatsoever. He didn't apologize to no homosexual people whatsoever. DaBaby's gonna be DaBaby, and we got to stop trying to dictate people's lives. If they want to, you know, face the consequences of their actions, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? Every action could have a reaction. There's consequences. You know, if somebody wants to break laws or do anything, that's on them. We don't get to dictate that. You know, we might get to dictate the consequences, but we don't get to dictate a person's actions. People are allowed to say and do what they want to do. If you don't like what they say and do, then don't listen. That's how I feel. If you don't like what people don't say and don't do, then don't listen. Don't pay attention to them. But obviously, if you're all sensitive about it, you're paying attention, you're listening. You know what I'm saying? Now, off to the and to be honest with you, DaBaby's comments could go against the little. It could be clearly talking about the Little Nas X video, for all we know. He could be clearly going at that. You know what I'm saying? He could. I mean, and to be honest with you, he didn't really, in the comments, he didn't really say gay people when he said people giving head in the parking lot. He didn't say man or woman. People just take it how they want to take things and run with it. They just add narratives to things and just run with it, you know. He just said people giving head. You didn't give head in the parking lot and throw your lighters up, you know. And he wasn't necessarily just talking about dudes. He could have been talking about women as well. But people just take things and run with it, you know. Now on for the Little Nas X video. I would not want my nephews and nieces to watch this video. He pushed the envelope. He definitely pushed the envelope, you know. Definitely pushed the envelope. He has to watch the video. I wonder. My take was, I wonder did Jack Harlow know that Lil Nas X's portion of the video was gonna be like that? I mean, I don't know what it's trying to prove or say here. I mean, you already came out and let us know that you're gay. I don't know why you have to feel the need to push the envelope or push the button further. You know, like, this is the problem with people not really liking this stuff, because it's the way you flaunt it and go about it. Like, you know, these, like, I think the people that don't like it are like me. Like, that's things that, you know, if that's how you want to be in your private life, to be that, but don't try to pawn your private life on me and make me accept it, you know, and glory, you know, have to love you. I would never accept that in my life. I'll never hang with a bunch of homosexual people. It's not my cup of tea. Do I hate them? No, but it's not my cup of tea. You know, I don't like that lifestyle. I don't accept that lifestyle. And people trying to force, you know, they're trying to force lifestyles upon people in America right now, which is not cool. Lifestyles should be freedom of choice, you know. My lifestyle has changed through the years. The way I dress and everything has changed. You know, I try to dress more like a grown-up now. I still see people that are dressing like they were in high school. 40-year-old men dressing like they high school. I see 40-year-old men with their pants sagging. Once you get to a certain age, like, it should be like pants sagging shouldn't be allowed. Because, I mean, if you still sag your pants at age 30 and up, I mean, I got to question, like, your mind state as an adult, man. I got to question, are you even grown up yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, you still sagging pants at age 30. You know? I don't get it, man. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know? So, yeah, lifestyles can change. My lifestyle has changed somewhat, and that's a choice. But y'all in America, y'all try to pawn this lifestyles on us and make us accept the lifestyles, force us to because if we don't like your lifestyle, you're gonna call us homophobias and, you know, act like we hate homosexuals. No, just because I don't accept something or don't like it doesn't mean I hate it. But you can't force your lifestyle upon me. You can't force your lifestyle upon kids. You can't force it upon my niece and nephew. Lifestyle should be a freedom of choice. Even when your parents raise you in a certain way, in a certain manner, once you turn 18 or older, it's your choice to live life how you want to live life. So that's my take. You know, if DaBaby wants to make comments that, you know, like hate comments or whatever comments y'all want to call, that's on him. He has to deal with the consequences. You know, it's so hypocritical, man. Y'all want to force lifestyles upon people, but as soon as somebody makes a comment that you don't like, you know, all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose, somebody said, goes against the grain of what you're trying to force upon us. And it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. You live life how you want to live life. I'm going to live life how I want to live life. But this idea you're going to force it upon people and make us accept it, nah, it's not going to fly, man. It's not going to fly one bit. You know? This is kind of why I've implemented politics into my podcast. Because everything going on with sports nowadays, they coming at it with political views. Every debater is either coming at it with a Democratic political view or Republican political view. And even this music topics, they're going to bring politics into this Lil Nas X video because it's the whole transgender and the homosexual movements is all politicized. It's all been politicized, you know. And the BLM is the head of that movement. They're at the forefront of the movement because they're not at the forefront of helping black people. They're at the forefront of the transgender and homosexual and lesbian movement. And they're trying to force us to accept it. And no, you can't force us to accept the lifestyle that we don't like or we don't accept. You know, I mean, I got a neighbor. He's a homosexual, but you know, past hey, how you doing? Talking outside. No, we're not going out for a beer or nothing to drink. We don't have nothing in common. You live your lifestyle the way you live your lifestyle, and I live a lifestyle that's the complete opposite. The complete opposite. And I only associate with people, like-minded people. I associate with like-minded people. I am a businessman. I am self-employed. I associate with positive thinking people who are trying to come up financially in society every single day of their lives. I hang out with real estate agents. I hang out with people who own music tours and are trying to brand liquors. People who are trying to brand clothing lines. People who are trying to build businesses and brands. Those are the kind of people I surround myself around with. I can't surround myself around people who don't have, they're not trying to come up every day. They're not positive mindsets every day. I can't have no negativity around me. It's not allowed. It's not accepted. You know? And I'm not forcing negative thinking people to think my way. I'm not forcing it. So don't try to force me to think your way. You know, and that's why, like this little Nas X, like, what you trying to force on people right now? That's all I like. We already know your lifestyle, but now you trying to force it. You trying to force us to accept it and force your lifestyle on us the way you're doing this video, because it ain't about just record sales and pushing the narrative and pushing the envelope, you know. And even though you gotta do these antics and do these things that are controversial to stay relevant in the music business nowadays. Everybody can't be Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. You know, they can't pump out just good tracks. Everybody can't be Murray and just pump out good tracks. Even Jordan Lucas, who was one of my favorites for a while, I'm not even feeling the music he's pumping out lately. So, like, I've lost all interest in Jordan Lucas because he's not doing nothing else but making music. He's not. There's no antics. There's nothing that making him stand out right now from the rest. Because it's definitely not his music, because he hasn't made a song like Will in a while. You know? So unless you got another Will in a way, yeah, these artists, they got to do these things. They got to push the envelope, push the buttons. So I ain't really mad at them. I ain't mad at them. You know? They're trying to do what they're trying to do to be an entertainer and stay relevant as an entertainer. And part of being an entertainer in the music business isn't just rapping and singing. Part of being an entertainer is doing other things that are entertaining. Where's all the other entertaining content? I totally talk about this all the time with my clients. Where's all the other content past making music? And that's what this is. Little Nas X puts out a controversial music video. And it's controversial for many ways because you don't want your kids to watch it, and I feel like he's trying to force a lifestyle on us because we already know what your lifestyle is. We don't need you to force it upon us. And DaBaby is really kind of like the complete opposite. Like, you're not going to force it. He's like, you're not forcing your lifestyle upon me. You know, I'm against that. You know what I'm saying? And just because somebody's against that doesn't make them an evil person. It doesn't make them Hitler or Stalin or Genghis Khan, you know. It doesn't make them a person who's just evil, conquering the world and stuff. People like what they like. They got their preferences, and you can't force lifestyles upon people, man. I don't agree with plenty lifestyles. I don't agree with the gang lifestyles. But you know what? I do like gangster rappers. But their lifestyle will never be my lifestyle. I will never that'll never be my lifestyle, you know? So, yeah, that's really my take on this. It's all entertainment, you know? It's just, who is it entertaining? It's all entertainment. It's just about who is it entertaining. It might not be entertaining to you or me or to some other people, but trust me, Little Nas X is 30 million views in 3 days. It's entertaining to a lot of people. And controversy is entertaining because controversy sells, you know? Pushing the envelope, pushing the button that nobody else will push is entertaining. You being the first to do something and, you know, go up a whole nother notch from the next man can be very entertaining. You know, controversy sells. It really does, you know? So, I'm not really against what DaBaby did. I'm not really against what Little Nas X did. I wouldn't recommend it for your kids. Neither one of them. I wouldn't recommend neither one of them for your kids. You know, but these guys know how to stay relevant. They know how to stay controversial. I mean, why would I? And back to DaBaby real quick. And hit that click now, subscribe button in that right hand corner. Back to DaBaby real quick. This is what y'all forget, man. Y'all forgetting to realize. This man went to South by Southwest in a diaper. Why would I think that why would you think that any man that goes to South by Southwest in a diaper gives a rat's ass what anybody thinks about him? Let me repeat this. This is why I don't have a problem with what DaBaby did. And probably it's the same thing with Lil Nas X, too. They don't give a rat's ass what anybody else thinks. And I commend that. I commend Lil Nas X for not giving a rat's ass what people like me or anybody else thinks about his music video. Because trust me, Lil Nas X didn't make his music video for fans like me. And the fact that DaBaby went to South by Southwest in a diaper just should tell you that he doesn't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks. And I got to respect any man that doesn't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks about him. You know why? Because I'm one of those guys. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks about me. You know why? I make money every single day. Every single day of my life. Every day I get up, I have a goal to make money every single day of my life. And to make more than I made the day before. That's my goal, to make more money than I did the day before. To build my business up, to build my clothing line up, to build my podcast up. You know? And I pay all my bills myself. I take care of all my responsibilities. I commit no crimes. When I was a kid, yeah, I don't commit. Well, let me take that back. I commit a crime, but which shouldn't be a crime. I commit a crime, which should be a crime. I can't put out false info on here. I can't put out, misleading info. I commit a crime, which should be a crime. And I'm pretty sure you can guess that crime. Now, if I was in California or, like Colorado, yes, I commit no crimes. But based on North Carolina, I commit one crime, which shouldn't be a crime, which eventually won't be a crime. So I don't hurt people, I don't harm people, and I don't steal from people. So I could give a rat's ass what anybody thinks about me. Because I live an honest life. And I know I live an honest life. And I'm the only one that needs to know that. That's all that matters to me. That I live an honest life. So yeah, I commend DaBaby. I commend Lil Nas X to the extent that they don't give a rat's ass what the next man thinks about them. And any man that goes to South by Southwest in a diaper with 100,000 people out there sure as hell doesn't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks about it. Because I couldn't do that. I don't know if I care if people think that much. Like, that's a little too much for me. Then I would start caring what people are saying when I'm walking down the street with a diaper. I would start caring about people's reactions then. But yeah, hit that click now, subscribe button. That's basically my take on Lil Nas X and DaBaby. These guys, they're doing things that the kind of things that I say you always got to do past making music to stay relevant and to stand out in the music business, because they're competing with all these other mainstream artists, and it's not just one. They're not just competing in their genre; they're competing against other genres too. When you're talking about top 100 radio and stuff like that, and Billboard charts and all that, they're competing. Billboard is all genres, and then it breaks down into genres. But you got the top 100 Billboard, which is all genres. Then you got top 100 hip hop, top 100 pop, and so on. So you got to, a lot of these artists, they got to do other things besides just make good music or just make music that their fans like to stay relevant and stay relevant for a long period of time. Because the shelf life of musicians are very short. Even nowadays when dudes they're independent, like these guys, like nobody's really checking for like Rich Homie Quans and stuff like that right now. And he just came out but 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody checking for all these guys after 4 or 5 years if they're not doing things to stay relevant. And once you stop making music over a long period of time, it's very hard for artists to come back. You got to be like Justin Bieber to take these long breaks and come back and just I mean, because whatchamacallit dropped a new joint after he said he was retiring. It's only been a year. Logic, and I can tell you right now, he ain't getting that much traction. Ain't nobody checking for it that much. Ain't nobody talking about it. Nobody cares. I mean, you said you retired a year ago, which that's the thing. Rappers, they can't retire unless they got a ton of other incomes coming in, man. You know, unless you got other businesses that are highly successful, like you can't just stop. You got to milk the cow the best way you know how in the music business. So yeah, you know, I don't got a problem with Lil Nas X and DaBaby's. I don't like. I mean, I don't like the video and I don't like the comments, but I understand them totally. I totally understand these guys, and the fact that I understand them, like wow. I mean, they are what they are. They are who they are, man. You know, who am I to change that, dictate that? I can only be who I am, and I can tell you, part of me is just like them. I don't give a rat's ass what people think about me. You know, all I care about are all my bills paid. Do I got everything I need in my apartment? Yes, I got everything I need. Everything I buy up to this point is a want. I got everything I need. This hat. I didn't need this hat. I wanted it. Did I need a shirt to match? No, not necessarily. But I wanted it. You know, and that's how it works, man. You know what I'm saying? You pay all your bills, take care of all your responsibilities. You don't mess with other people. You don't steal from other people and hurt other people. What can anybody say about you? You ain't out here committing crimes. You live an honest life. What can people say about you? I'm an asshole? So what? I'm an honest asshole. I'd rather be an honest asshole than a dishonest nice guy. I repeat that. I would rather be an honest asshole than a dishonest nice guy. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Triple P Paul Pickett Podcast. Don't forget to check out promopalace.biz for online marketing promotions for your music or your brand. Also, don't forget to check out newlitter.com, New Litter Apparel. We got t-shirts and hoodies and for all you dog lovers out there, as well as bandanas for your dogs. Also, don't forget to check out the Dizzle, one of my favorite brands for shizzle, dizzlebrand.com. Check them out. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. And that's Dizzle Brand. Mixture of cognac, agave, tequila, orange liquor, mango mix, and crisp lemon. Coming soon to an ABC store and a club or venue that sells alcohol near you. So check them out. Dizzlebrand.com, newlitter.com, promopalace.biz. Don't forget to follow me anywhere you see this podcast or any of my social medias. Once again, hit that click now, subscribe button. I want to thank you for tuning in. Peace, and I'm out.